Raj, bangers only, but you could just call me Raj. Yeah, everybody just call me Raj. Yeah, I engineer and produce. I was born in Jamaica. I don't know if you know Mandeville, Manchester, Jamaica. I was born over there. And then I spent most of my life, well, childhood in Kingston, Jamaica. So my main background is Jamaican. And then I came here my last year of high school. Yeah, which was interesting. And then been here ever since. Like I came here, the first thing I noticed was the food. You know, because you hop off the plane, you get hungry quick. So that's the first thing I noticed, the food. In Jamaica, I feel like it's easier to access good food. Yeah, you could just go down the street and somebody's gonna sell like a cooked food somewhere close by, you know. Yeah, the food. And then in school, okay, so in high school, I'm used to wearing like uniforms and shit. Like, you know, you have the fucking ties or epaulets, you know, depending on what school you go. But yeah, like, they don't wear uniforms like that here. That was strange. And then kids having tattoos. Yeah, that's not a thing in Jamaica. That was interesting. And then you know you have your groups. In Jamaica you got your little high school groups too, but like it's interesting. Like kids, you know, like when I came here I felt like I was alone. I was a loner. I didn't really know too much people. And I had a thick ass accent too. So everybody was like, "Oh, are you Jamaican?" Yeah, but you know, I didn't know how to like. It was a different mentality. Kids here, it's just a little different. Yeah, and you know, like everyone already had their friend group, so it's like, you know, I only had like, I had a few friends, but I spent a lot of time alone. I couldn't wait for high school to finish. I remember when high school was done, I was like, yeah, let me get the fuck up out of here. I knew I wasn't gonna miss nobody because I didn't really know too much people, you know. Went to community college, but shit. I went this. My first major was physical therapy, because you know, like that's what my parents wanted, you know. Yeah, but shit, that was not me, and so I did not do well. Yeah, and then I changed it to EMT. That's like the ambulance thing. Yeah, I did that. Did not do well. And then, but I remember doing psychology class and I fucked with that. That was like one of my favorite kinds. That and geography. I fucked with those two subjects. But shit, yeah. Eventually I just left college. I had to work. You know. I had to work. And eventually I got into engineering like years later. On the SAE. So this is how I got into SAE. I was going to work on a train, on the Tri-Rail train, and then I overheard somebody talking about SAE, and I'm like, you know, to somebody else, and I'm like eavesdropping. Up to this day, they don't even know I was listening, but I was eavesdropping, and he was like, yeah, I go to school and produce and shit, and like engineer, and they be teaching us everything. And you know, I was listening and I looked up the address and it was just a couple blocks from where I lived at the time. So yeah, I had went over there to look around and I ended up going to the school and spent my time over there. Yeah, it was cool. I fucked with it. Like, it was a good time. Made some friends. You feel me? And yeah, the professors were cool as fuck. Shout out Mr. G. Yeah, that's my guy. To be real, one of the things I learned is you go as far as you want to go, you know. It's really up to you. Really, you know, whatever you learn, it's really for you to like really take what you get and, you know, turn it into something that could benefit you. Because you know, somebody could talk to you all day, but that doesn't mean like you're gonna get anything from it. You know. So you really got to make what it, you know, make something out of what they give you. After that, it was time to look for internships, and it was super hard for me. All of my friends got internships. I'm like, well, how the fuck? I can't get no internship, you know. I was running out of studios to you know, try to get into. I couldn't find nobody, bro. Like nobody wanted me. I don't know what the fuck. I remember somebody told me, I don't have a studio personality. I should stick to live sound. But I didn't fuck with live sound. Like I already did live sound even before SAE. So it's like, nah, I wanted to do in studio shit. And somebody go here and tell me, you know what, like, nah. And the part is, that kind of fucked me up too, because that person is like a Grammy Award winning person too. Like, so like, when they told me that, I was like, damn. But it took me a hella months. It took me like 6 months to find an internship after I graduated. Everybody was already in something even before they left school, bro. And like, it took me a long time to find some shit. But finally got that call 6 months later. Yeah. And then, yeah, ever since then, I've just been getting my reps. Yeah. You just gotta do it the right way a lot. You just gotta do the right thing a lot of times. Because you could do the wrong thing a lot of times and that's gonna work against you, you know? You just gotta do the right, do the right things. Like, however you wanna work, that's what you gotta practice. However you wanna be, if you wanna, have a clean sound, you gotta practice that clean sound, like whatever you do, you just gotta do it thousands of times until it just becomes you, for real. Like, you can't really skip the process, you feel me? Like, you just gotta do it so much that it's just, it becomes second nature. So I told you I interned, and the label I interned for, the studio I interned for, they own the label too. So I interned for a year, so that's like a lot of rapport with, so there's that, because I was already recording people during my internship, so they know me from that. And then I spent 2 years at this other studio, like a local studio, where I would get my reps in. Like, I would record. That's when I finally started to make some money off recording. I just record local artists, and the locals, they're impatient, so you're gonna have to find a way to work really good fast. So they want their shit done right then and there, like mixed, mastered, everything. So you getting, you're doing your reps with, local artists, because they're more like, they're hella demanding, because they're coming out of their own pocket too. So I can understand. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna put this hoodie on. I was just, because even though I wasn't working, I was still checking on my people, you feel me? Like, because, it's relationships too. Like, you can't, it's not just about, clocking in and clocking out. It goes deeper too. Like, these people actually, are close, it becomes like a family thing. So you get to develop all these relationships and stuff, and, you maintain them, even if you're not working together too, because it just shows you're a good person at the end of the day, regardless of the music stuff. Well, yeah. So I was just chilling. I was just checking on people. Oh, yeah. And then I remember the studio manager hit me, and they're like, yo, you available to record? I And I wasn't doing shit, so I was like, hell yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna be able to record. He put me with Wiz first. Yeah, that was my first time meeting Wiz. We did like 5 songs that day. Did like 5 songs. He was cool as fuck, nigga. Yeah. Yeah, Wiz was cool as fuck. He's still cool to this day, man. Shout out Wiz for sure. That's my guy. Yeah. And then, you know, I did the Wiz sessions, and Wiz A&R at the time was also Sexy's A&R. So shit, he hit me up and it was like, yo, you available to record? I was like, shit, I didn't even care who it was. I was like, shit, but yeah, I'll come record, whatever. We'll figure it out. Got in the room, Sexy was there. I met Sexy for the first time. Cool as fuck. Shout out Sexy. Yeah, man. I met her right after Pound Town, to be honest. That was my first time. When she made Pound Town, I met her, and it was starting to bubble up. I met her after that. And then my first song we recorded was Slut Me Out, an NLE Chopper feature. Yeah, when I heard the song with the open verse, I was like, this is what I'm doing? Oh shit, let me get in there. And she did it. She did it. She ripped that bitch. That shit came out nice. That was my first song with her. And then after that, we just started doing other stuff, and it just domino effect. You just keep building up. The first thing you want to build with them is trust, because you want them to be comfortable. Because remember, like, you're gonna be spending hours with them. You're gonna be spending hours in a little ass room with them, so you want them to be comfortable as much as possible. And if they can't trust you, that's impossible. Because, you know, for them to open up, they might want to speak loose. You feel me? I feel like, to some degree, you're like a therapist in a way, because, you know, they come there to be comfortable and open to make their music. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing you got to develop, trust. If it's nothing else, even if you guys don't make music, at least have them trust you, because that's gonna be your foundation. Trust you with, you know, just basic trust, like, you know, they know that you won't talk about them, whatever. That's number one. If there's nothing else, it's that, because, you know, yeah, as I say, you're gonna be spending hours with this person too. So yeah, Bangers Only music group. Hey man, we have the best beat makers, producers to make any beats you like. You know, it's SEAL Team 6 of beats. You know what I'm saying? We got a good team, man. Like, we're just trying to build. They get what it takes to build something. You know, we come together and make it work. You know, they understand the goal, the mission, what it takes, and that's on everyone's agenda on that team, man. We got, you know, Bangers Only is like a little military group. For beats. Yeah, Bangers Only is really priority. It's probably gonna, you know, anything music is Bangers Only for me. But otherwise, I do want to make other investments too. You know, hopefully get a studio one day, have a headquarters for Bangers Only, and land. Because I'm an outdoor guy. I want to have land. I want to, you know, just make other investments for real. Put my money somewhere else to where it could grow. You know. Advice. Work on your craft. Become as good as you can be. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. And make sure when you're like networking, make sure the connection is genuine. You know what I'm saying? That's your foundation. And make sure whoever you work with can trust you. Yeah, but first, just make sure like you're good at what you do, and you're known for that. And then make sure make sure your relationships are genuine, because like I could see through like the non-genuine stuff too, like you could, yeah, like I could, and I'm not, it's not just me, people could detect that too. So, and make sure people can trust you, you know what I'm saying? Because relax when you go to these sessions, just relax, don't be talking too much, and just be yourself, and don't be like oversharing or nothing. Just everybody's a person. So after a while you'll just you'll be starstruck a couple times the first time, but after that, like, you do it enough, all of that goes away. So it's like you're gonna see everybody as a person, and that's good too, because you won't be blind by who they really are too, because you want to know, regardless of who they are, you want to know people. You want to know people who they really are very early, because you're gonna be with that person, working with that person, and then you want to know who you're dealing with. Hey, this is Raj Bangers Only, with respect of vibe. It was a vibe.